And they injure people. And Fox 5 News has learned there is a delay in something meant to keep your family safer from a wrong-way driver. A wrong-way driver alert sign system was set to go up in the valley this spring, a number of them, but NDOT told me today that the new target is August, so they will not be in place for a lot of the summer driving season. These warning signs have proved very effective in getting wrong-way drivers to turn around. So here's some video from northern Nevada of a truck about to go the wrong way. Right there in the upper part of your screen, you can see the wrong way sign flashing. The truck slows down and eventually turns around, preventing what could have been a wrong way crash, leading to injuries and maybe deaths. We have seen other examples of cars turning around as well. US 95 at Durango has a system already in place. It was set to be upgraded this spring. Other wrong way warning signs that were also expected to be operating by this spring include Kyle and Sky Canyon, as well as I-15 and Star Avenue. The reason for the delay? Something we have heard before: supply chain issues with the contractor. That, according to NDOT. NDOT says from June 2020 to the end of 2022, NDOT had 216 wrong-way alerts from the system. Of those, 182 were confirmed turnarounds.